Good evening. It's a pleasure to be here with Gianluca Buoro, General Counsel of Danieli Automation, who has just taken a lesson, presentation in our Master Contract Claim and Delay Management in Construction Works. For him to tell us something about the contents of his presentation.
Good evening. In today's lecture, we have spoken about Danieli Group. We have given a brief presentation of Danieli Group, who we are, what we do. Then we have reviewed the structure of a typical international contract for the engineering, procurement and construction of a steel plant. We have discussed about the contents of the typical clauses that we find in this sort of contracts. Thereafter, we have also analyzed together a few practical occurrences where we have applied provisions of this typical contract. We have spoken therefore about the negotiation phase. We have spoken about case studies regarding claim management and also dispute resolution. So first theory, then a little bit of practice as well.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Just a couple of words about this professional figure, which is the contract manager. Do you think that general contractors like Danieli, Italian general contractors which work globally, have interest in this kind of professional figure, and if so, why?
Well, not only this kind of professional profile is interesting for companies like Danieli. I would say it is also quite difficult to find candidates, suitable candidates for this kind of job. You see, a project is a story of a relationship, also of a personal relationship between contractor and customer. Like in all relationships, including of course commercial relationships, some problem may come out and may arise from the implementation of the contract. We have to solve these issues bearing in mind what the goal of both parties, contractor and customer, are, and there are so many things to be taken into account. The content of the contract, the interpretation of the contract are certainly very, very important key issues, key topics that have to be known, reviewed and managed properly.
Very well. Last question. You know that in the second half of this master, our students will have to make a stage inside a company to put in practice what they have learned during the lessons phase. You think that Danieli might be interested in accepting them as for a stage?
Well, I do not work at human resources department, but I do not rule out this possibility. I believe that human resources for our company and for our group in general are very, very important, and we are placing a bet on young people every time that we let them in, and I believe that this could be a very good possibility, a very good opportunity both for our group and for the students of the master. So yes, I do not rule out this possibility, and I personally would be very happy to see somebody of the master coming to Danieli for an internship, and who knows? Who knows? Maybe not only for an internship, but I would say in all large organizations, everybody has to do his or her own job. So I cannot speak for the company in this case. But in the past, we have had several students coming for internships, and I have seen that many of them at the end of internship have continued to work with us.
Thank you very much, Gianluca. Very helpful. So see you next time.
Okay, thank you very much.